You're watching my favorite YouTube channel. I'm Chillmonger, she's Carol Danvers, and Not-Carmen-Carnero is not drawing this book. It's very obvious. She will be missed because the new artist, going by Lee Garbett, and it was him because Tamara Bonvillian was doing the colors in the last one, and I didn't have a problem with the last one. It was this. Look at the way that her eyes are squiggly. Like, see the beam there? I don't feel like a beam should be squiggly. It should be straight up lines or a glare or a flash. The way that was represented was bad there. That's me objectively telling you why art was bad, but it's art. Art is subjective, and we'll leave the point there. But because this was such a action book, was just her fighting Thor, and it's interesting to see her fight him. We see the hammer play a part into it. Things are kind of good. This could have been this was supposed to be carried by the art, which is kind of why my problem was with this. As she's talking and she's trying to explain herself, she sounds like the villain herself. She says, "I need you all to forgive me." I don't know. I don't think that her being bad is what we needed right now. We just had a story arc, which was great, of her being broken down and then built back up. I want to see more building back up. I don't want to see another story where she's doing things she didn't want to be doing. We don't even have answers to why she's acting this way. The most we get is somebody named Vox Supreme, who's a new character to me. Maybe that's Kelly Thompson's thing, where she's just drawing new characters, writing them, creating them, and just saying, "You guys gotta read these books." She made it up to issue number 12 without getting canceled, so she's doing something right, and I commend it. I'm not knocking the hustle. I think that she should be. All of us, Jason Aaron, who's here, Nick Spencer, create new Spider-Man villains. There's a whole ton, right? Go make another one. Mr. Negative was very positively received in the Spider-Man video game. Dan Slott made that guy up, right? So I like new things being done in my story. I got on that roller coaster because I was talking about Captain Marvel answering to Vox Supreme. He kind of looks like he's a null symbiote. Maybe this is like right after Absolute Carnage, and it'll play a part in Marvel with Marvel continuity. You know, the positive aspect of Marvel continuity. There's negative aspects to Marvel continuity, which is like the moon right here, the gray moon. There's in the Black Panther and the Ages of Wakanda, they're fighting on the moon right now, and it's kind of possessed by the Gardener. We got the X-Men living on the moon. Doctor Doom was using the moon earlier in his comic. It's all in the span of maybe 4 weeks. We got these stories of happening on the moon. Marvel's got to get their ish together. I'm not putting that on this team. They don't know that. But that editor, C.B. Sobolski, somebody's taking credit for this mistake. We'll give it to Sarah Brunstad. That's on you. Will Moss, you're the consulting editor. I consulted the blame also to you, Will Moss, because you overlook a whole ton of books. And one of them is the Black Panther and the Ages of Wakanda, isn't it? So the fighting here could have been way more better, in my opinion, but it wasn't that. The dead head at the end of the comic. Look at that art. Look at how far away Thor is and undefined. It was like, well, I don't actually got to draw his face. I can just get away with this. No, Lee Garbett, please draw the faces. This is not an independent comic book, which I read today. Glow versus the Babyface. I'll do a review of that. I didn't like it. So, Thor's head being gone. Again, with stakes. If you kill Thor, we got King Thor happening. He's got his own book. He's on the Avengers. Is Donny Cates going to write nothing? Is Jason Aaron out? No. He'll be back. I wish they hadn't killed him. Maybe took away his hammer or some other way to tell me that there are stakes. They wanted to take Thor off the table, right? He was the strongest Avenger, like they said earlier. Maybe this wasn't the way I would have wanted it to be done. Hey, part 1, though, we can see where this arc goes. That last arc was so good. This one is just beginning. I could turn around. I could love it. But so far, so not good. I wonder what you think, Rafael Rodriguez, the biggest Captain Marvel fan in the world. Did you approve of this? Her acting all evil and stuff? We'll see. One other thing. Thor didn't know who she was because she was wearing a mask. It wasn't that hard to figure out. It wasn't that hard.